Hey everyone, me, MultiAwesome and MurryDuck are going to be doing Bringing Down the House.
Woot. Okay, so since we have a tactical engineer, science, and engineer, I'll bring my holographic officer.
Hold on a second.
George, you gonna press accept?
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. So yeah, doing Bringing Down the House, going to the House of Martok, which is pretty cool. And also what is cool is getting serving or responding.
Yeah, I beamed down a. I see you guys. Well, I see Josh there, but I don't see you.
Yep. Lady Cinderella, mistress of the House of Martok, has requested our presence at the family's manor in the Kefir Lowlands on Kronos. Her request was urgent, Captain. We should make our way to the manor as soon as possible. So I'd like to speak to Lady Cinderella.
Welcome, Commander. It pleases me that you have come to my home. The House of Martok has many enemies. We have called for vengeance against the House of Martok and all of its allies for the death of my husband. And many smaller houses seek to curry favor with Martok or the House of Duros by striking at us. Until now, most of these attacks have been little more than a nuisance. I have recently received word that an assassin may be in the area with the intent to attack my son or other high-ranking members of my house and destabilize our position on the High Council. I don't know who would have ordered such a dishonorable act or who would have been cowardly enough to carry it out, but I need your help. Find the assassin and remove the threat. I would start by asking the local farmers if they had seen anything out of the ordinary. I would do this myself, but summoning the men to the matter would alert the assassin that we know of his presence. Your hunt may be easier if you can catch him unaware.
Alright, so now we gotta go down here and talk to the farmers. Whoa, whoops. Well, that was a quick way to get down.
So, as you'll see on the map, there are some targs which are just wild targs hunting around, doing, you know, your normal targ business. You can find them if you want, no real point, but hey, lower. So here's the first farmer.
The only thing I've paid attention to of late has been the lack of rain. But you're a warrior, not a farmer. You wouldn't be interested in that. Sorry I couldn't help you. Okay.
That's good. Okay, next one. No, that's the same thing. Okay then, right. Very good. That's good job beating dialogue game. There we go. The targs have been busy tearing up my roots, but other than that, I haven't seen anything unusual. Well, these guys are bundle of help.
My apologies, sir. I don't remember anything out of the ordinary. You might ask the surveyor. I never got a good look at him myself, but I know he's been on the hill over there for the past few days. And he's been keeping a very careful eye on everything going on in the valley. Maybe if you could find him, he can tell you something more.
Alright, so apparently we need to go up here and talk to the surveyor then.
Die, targs, die. Well, I just wiped them out. Equipment. Here. Wait, it's your turn, actually.
Here is some of the equipment that the surveyor left, Captain. But it's Romulan in origin. This isn't just a surveying device, sir. I think something is wrong here. What would a surveyor need with a Romulan short-range EM transmitter? Ooh, little Romulans here. So I guess we'll be facing some Romulans here as well. Alright, let's head down here since this is where it's directing us.
I love my higher jump ability.
Damn you, stupid Pharisee. Yes, Commander. I remember the man for whom you are looking. It's not every day you see a Romulan in the Kefir Lowlands. He didn't say he was a surveyor, though. He told me he was just part of a diplomatic delegation studying our agriculture. Martok would have never let a Romulan set foot on our world. That's why I don't think much of Martok. He's too soft. The oddest thing I remember, other than him being a Romulan, of course, was that he scheduled a delivery of goods from one of the local shops. It didn't make sense to me. Lady Cinderella won't let anyone authorize a delivery to the manor but her. But his codes were valid, so I did as he asked. had just finished making a delivery. It was a large package that he wanted taken to the grain storage area to the House of Martok's manor. Tenep would know what was ordered. He's the merchant who handles most of Lady Sorella's business transactions. Okay, so now we've got to go find out what was delivered and where.
Yep. Go find... Whoa, another giant plunge there. Well, I wouldn't say giant plunge, but it was a pretty big drop. I'm not sure if you heard that. Sorry about that.
Yes, I did.
It's fine. Yes, I remember that package. It was an order for the House of Martok. They needed explosives for digging out a new irrigation system. I couldn't tell you who placed the order, though. Normally Lady Sorella does that, but this time there was an authorization code that I didn't recognize. They must need a new irrigation channel badly. Normally Lady Sorella delays tasks such as that until the winter when the farmers aren't busy with planting and harvesting.
It sounds like our assassin has been busy. With the harvest in full swing, he's going to use the opportunity to detonate explosives hidden in the House of Martok's grain stores. The equipment we found earlier must be the trigger device. But why use a Romulan short-range EM trigger? Its range is limited to a few hundred yards, so he will have to be near the farm to trigger the explosive charges. We need to go back to the manor and stop the assassin. His choice of equipment means that he will be somewhere near the farm. If I were him, I'd choose a spot overlooking the grain stores so I could use the result, or so I could see the results of the detonation.
The first time I did this mission, I was very confused on where to search in that area.
You know there's a map, right?
Yeah, I do, but I didn't know where specifically to search within the map radius.
Maybe that giant hut overlooking the manor. Just saying.
Just saying. Character's not exactly fast, but I'm not really surprised with him being a giant lizard and all.
My guy's quite nimble, but he's still as fast as a gorn. Oh, yay. My holographic bridge also is just stuck in some plants. Not like we need him or anything. I'm detecting attacks in my radar.
Right, I'm right behind you. Oh.
Eat minigun! I am being paid very handsomely to make sure that the House of Martok crumbles, and I will not let someone as insignificant as you stop me. The next time we meet, Commander, I will have the upper hand. And when you eat minigun...
I just said it myself.
Eat minigun!
Yep.
Romulans! The very thought of a Romulan standing on the soil of Kronos makes bile rise up my throat. Someone must have hired that honorless dog to do their dirty work, Captain. The House of Martok is prosperous, but now that Martok is gone, it is not a big enough threat to prompt the Romulans to come here and start a war. We need to follow Tarston to find out who hired him. As long as that Petok draws breath, he's a threat to the House of Martok. Captain, Tarston probably beamed up to a cloaked ship in orbit. We should see if we can pick up any warp trails and find out where he is going next.
Alright.
Someone tell me how Kronos' orbital defenses managed to let a cloaked ship through.
There's no telling. No telling at all.
Okay, look at that fleet. How on earth could a cloaked ship get past all those ships? Tell me that.
Yeah, I have no idea. Captain, the warp traffic at this area is too high to get a useful reading. We should talk to one of the traffic control stations in the area to get their help. They will have a highly detailed reports on each ship coming and going from the system.
Alright.
So we head over
also,
to the
I haven't
shipyard.
ranged my bar yet, so I have a slight problem.
I already took care of that off screen.
Yep, I didn't, of course.
I like my bird of prey.
Yeah, for fireworks. While cloaked. Not that's going to reveal my location or anything. There's a lot of traffic coming and going from the Kronos system on a regular basis. Is there anything more specific you can tell me about the warp signature you're looking for?
Yeah, it's
Romulan
Romulan.
ship in orbit around Kronos? That should be easy to pick out to the crowd because of their unique warp drive design, but I'm impressed with the guile of a Romulan coming this deep into Klingon space. I found the signature you're looking for. It's on a course to the forecast system. What could the Romulans want there?
Captain, I picked up his trail, and he is on a course for the Forcus system. We should pursue Tarson immediately before his trail goes cold. If he moves on from Forcus, we could lose him completely.
Which means we got to warp out.
So now we get head into sector space.
Yep, heading to sector space. But like a...
From the heart of Kronos to the frozen wastes of Rurapenthe, the Klingons have built an empire that values strength, honor, and skill in combat. To be Klingon is to be a warrior. Fight well, live with honor, die with a blade in your hand. If you can do these things, you will live forever in the stories of the great Klingon heroes.
Nice Spock voice over there.
Yep. I think it's one of the few voices he does in the Klingon space.
Yep.
I think it's the
This is
only,
the only
one.
voice.
Yeah,
in
the only
space.
the
Yeah, there's
only
no
voiceover
other-
that...
This-
Yeah.
Isn't it nice we have a Borg ship in our space? It's always good to have random cubes.
Yeah, we have Romulans and Borg cubes. That's some great Klingon fleet we got there.
Yeah, all those ships, like, they couldn't do anything about it. No, they're just gonna let a random Borg cube sit there, scout our territory, and probably launch an invasion.
Yeah.
Whatever, who cares?
Sorry,
Captain, incoming
whatever.
distress signal. The Borg have been sighted. The Omega Leonis sector block. Do you want to warp to that location, engage the collective? Can't be bothered. Not now.
alright. Sorry,
That's the intention of
for some reason my ship is just a tad bit slow.
Wait
You
a
might
minute,
not have
what ship are
put
you in?
enough into your driver coil.
You're in Norg Bird of Prey. That is the commander ship, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Alright.
Well, I'm going at warp 10. I'm going at transwarp.
Yep. It's kind of hilarious how you can manage to go past what these ships are actually supposed to be going past.
So one thing we may want to do eventually is to do some fleet actions like breaking a planet and Federation minefield.
Yep. I need to.
Because Federation
point.
minefield is quite different from the Gorn minefield.
Yep.
Because it has Federation ships. Ooh.
Yep.
So
It's
different.
Federation. Just Federation ships.
And it's a much different map setup than in the Gorn
You
minefield.
do fly past that other bird of prey. It was just kind of sitting there. What do I have on this? Because it is moving a lot slower than your ship. Yeah, regular impulse engine. No wonder.
Well, your impulse engine isn't going to change your warp speed. It's your driver coil and your ship type, which is going to change your warp speed. So you must not put any points into driver coil, and I haven't changed my power settings.
I have to.
I have so not prepared for this. Okay, 75, 50, 50, 25. There we go. That's my basic.
When this
sort of
mission is
tactical
done,
ships.
I'd suggest putting a few points into your driver coil if you haven't already.
I should have.
Yeah, it's going to really help. Alright, so I shall get started once you enter the system.
I'll
I really like the look
I'll
of
worry
this
about that
raptor.
later.
Okay. Incoming hail, Captain. Putting it on the